let me finish this. So I looked because I kind of listened to Dr. Kapor talk, and then I wanted to look at something because listening to him, it's like, how did they ever charge him with some of this stuff? I was thinking, after listening to him talk, I don't think it seemed to me that, well, how could they even charge him with all this stuff? So I looked back at the affidavits that we got when they arrested him. Here's the thing, and I don't know if you talked much about this, but in the affidavit for why they arrested him, they claim, and this is the LAPD that investigated, or was it the feds? I think both were in there.
Well, they were both in there.
Okay. They claim that...
Well, the Attorney General really investigated this case using the medical board, using the feds. The Attorney General made this like,
okay,
it was
so
like Al Capone.
In the affidavit, the problem with Dr. Kapor, they claim, is he has several other, they call victims. There was a lot, I think it was 6 or 7 other patients in there that had similar experiences with him. And it was about how much they were prescribed, when, who they were, if he knew them in a private setting instead of just client-physician. So just throwing that out there in defense of the people who did arrest him and charge him, I believe Dr. Kapor, and I feel like when I heard you talking to him that it didn't seem that he would...
But they also believed he had a personal relationship with Anna Nicole, and he did.
All I'm playing the devil's advocate for that, it seems that there was some sort of...
I'm just going to say it. I mean, Jerry Brown, this is such a political... whether the prosecution is valid or not, I'm not saying. But I am saying this was such a blatant, schlocky political ploy by Jerry Brown. I mean, listen, we sometimes will rag on politics. We'll rag on celebrities if they do something douchey.
I totally agree with that.
This is ridiculous. I mean, Jerry Brown, who had nothing to do with the investigation, went out and talked about like he was saving the world with Anna Nicole Smith. And it's BS. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
And he stuck his neck out in the Michael Jackson case. Where did that ever go? With the charity?
Jerry Brown is running for governor. And Jerry Brown wants to be the governor, and Jerry Brown wanted to insert himself in a high-profile case where he could say, oh, poor Anna Nicole Smith. It's BS. I mean, it was and I'm not saying about Kapor. I'm saying when you just watch what Jerry Brown did with that news conference, it was so ridiculous that, I mean, it was so blatant and shameful. And the funny thing is, when he was governor, I got to say, when he was governor, and I supported him initially, but it was like he did the douchiest things when he was governor. And people just couldn't stand him. And then he became this law and order mayor from Oakland and did a good job in Oakland. And everybody thought, wow, Jerry Brown has figured it out. And now he's gone back to the old guy.
I agree.
And that's the thing. Anyway, I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're going to just hate us for this, and we're not getting invited to the governor's ball. That's for sure. But sorry, I read the coroner's report. Michael Jackson. He had 3 tattoos, 2 near his eyes and 1 by his lips. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. I mean, the tattoos. Yeah.
It was cosmetic. Like his eyebrows, he had it pink on his lips and his hairline because he had a wig that was connected to. He didn't have much hair. A lot of people thought he was bald. The way this reads, it looks like he pretty much was. There was sparse hair connected to a wig, and he had tattooed his hairline dark black so that you could see it.
If people have 120 days to file a creditor's claim against Michael Jackson's estate, how can they still be filing claims when 120 days was up in December? It wasn't up in December. It was. I think it's up in March. I think it's up next month. I don't remember the exact date. I want to say March 11th, but I'm not positive. But I believe it's up in March.
So
they haven't miscounted this, trust me.
Get him in.
Yeah.
He owes you money.
When Captain Phil was initially had a stroke unloading the boat, was this during the filming for the show?
Gary, come here. I have no idea, but Gary was working on this story, so let's ask him.
Oh, somebody just said if Dr. Murray asked you to defend him, what would you say?
You're eating, huh?
Oh, you're eating.
Figures,
what a
Gary.
shock.
It's not out of the ordinary.
Man. Captain Phil, when he had the original stroke, was he filming?
Oh, yeah. They're in season right now. They're in Opelio crab season. It's like the second half of the season.
He knows the kind of crab.
No, dude, I love. It's like my favorite show. I love the show.
Well, when Captain Phil got sick, Gary was all over it because this is his people, dude.
Yeah, they were. I think it was their first offload of the start of the season, and they were in.
They offload several times.
Yeah, they offload several times.
Because they fill up with crab.
Yeah, when he went down, so they actually had to hire some extra guys on the boat to go out to keep fishing because his sons, who are they work on the boat with them, and him all stayed behind. So they're filming right now.
Well, I think what they're asking is whether this was all on film.
Yeah, was it? I mean,
it should be on film.
They shot.
Yeah, they're filming right now.
You know, it's interesting, and whether or not, because he passed away, this film will ever see the light of day. Because remember,
It won't.
when
you know what I'm
talking about?
Phil Irvin. Oh no,
Yeah.
Irvin. What's his name? Irvin.
his name.
Crocodile Hunter.
Crocodile Hunter.
Oh, Steve Irwin.
When he
Steve
got
Irwin.
stuck with it, they were filming his show, and he got hit with a stingray.
You know,
and the film never. They were like, "We're not doing it."
Last season, he had an issue. He had like a blood clot, like pass like through his leg.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
remember that.
Through
I
his
remember that.
heart.
I saw that one.
And he went down. They were out at sea when it happened, and he went down, and they filmed the whole
Well,
thing.
they showed the whole thing. Yeah, they showed it in the hospital, everything.
He ended up, getting better from that. I heard they're putting together a little tribute for him, but I don't know.
Now, you were telling me earlier, the other thing is, I remember we did stories that he had the stroke and then he got better and they pulled the tubes out and he was getting better, but apparently it was a shock to everybody. It was not.
They didn't know.
It was very, because he was on the way getting better.
What did he just like his heart stop?
They told that he was being told that he was going to get to go home, and he was literally relaxed.
Was it another stroke?
They're looking into it. They
trying to
don't
figure it
know.
out.
They think it might have been
Yeah.
something like that.
He was the star of that show, by the way.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there.
Okay, go back to lunch.
All right.
Save some for me, dude. I haven't eaten yet.
Does Tila Tequila really have a stalker? And have you ever thought about talking to people from her hometown to find out if the lie started at a young age?
Good point.
That's funny.
And no.
I think you
stopped
answered-
thinking about her
I
about
think
a
you
month ago.
answered your own question.
Yeah, I stopped thinking about her.
If there is something that universally defines the difference between an A-list and a B-list celebrity, nothing. It's all feel. If TMZ staffers started dating a fairly well-known celebrity, not like Gerard Butler, but someone like Seth Meyers, would you post a story about the celebrity?
What does that mean? Oh, would we work on them?
Yeah, but we
were
usually
dating?
the thing is we don't do dating. I mean, we do some of them, and we have fun with Jennifer.
Depends. If someone here was dating a big celebrity and something happened to him and I had to try to find out what was going on, I'd call them. I'd have them try to call their boyfriend or girlfriend.
No. They're saying
Is that what they're
would
asking?
we put it on the site? I guess
Oh.
if it were newsworthy, but you know what? We encourage people. I mean, we don't want to be entangled in the lives of the people we cover. It's just not a good idea because it's like you can't.
I actually want to hear this. It's interesting.
Well,
I think I've talked to Harvey about this.
Oh, we talk about it a lot. I mean, I really try not to socialize with celebrities, and I have occasionally, but just like, occasionally, and gone to lunch once with somebody that's in the news right now, and it's like the reason I don't do it is it does color your opinion, and it colors it in a way that really makes it hard for you to really kind of call it squarely. And it's really true. And that's why, I mean, I don't encourage it among people. And, as time goes on and you kind of run into people, and, with me, it's more like, I'm on an airplane and you sit next to somebody and then you talk to them for 3 hours. It can have that kind of an impact on you, right?
Totally.
And I don't know. I just, personally, I try to stay away from it. And I would rather that the staff stay away from it as much as possible. And I know that I can't impose that. I express it in terms of covering stuff, but I know I can't impose it, and we just kind of see what happens. But it's an issue. I don't want to be part of Hollywood. Not that I have disdain for it at all. I just think in covering it, you can't be part of it.
I just wanted to hear it. I agree.
I'm just saying.
I live in Orange County. It's one of the reasons that, I don't hang out here on the
You
weekends.
party with Brody Jenner.
I once a year. I came up because I had a friend having a party and Brody was there. But once a year, I try not to do the same thing. I was trying to date Megan Fox, but I'm married.
Yeah. That would have happened.
I would have told Harvey to get, if Megan Fox was
Yeah.
about to date me.